Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us in today's live session. We're going to talk about book writing and sales. By the way, my name is Prince Oluchebu. Thank you so much for joining us in today's live session. Like I've always said, anybody can write a book. It is possible you have written a book, but not everybody knows how to sell a book. And I'm sure your aim for writing a book is not just to be an author. You don't just want to parade yourself. I'm an author. There's something else you want. You want the paper currency, right? That's what you want. And that's what I want also. Whenever I write a book, I'm not just writing to be an author. I want the paper currency. Okay? So we're going to talk about how to write your book, right? Beyond writing the book, how do you get a book into the hands of people who genuinely need it? Like I always say, every book is a solution to a problem. This is where most people get it wrong. If you miss out on this point, in fact, these are what I call the factors that influence the sales of books. These are the factors that will influence the sales of your book. If you miss out on these factors, like I said before, it is possible you have written books, but you've not made any sale. And you're wondering, what is wrong? Not necessarily because you don't know how to write. It is possible you are missing out on these factors, on this point I'm going to discuss in today's video. All right. So, the foundation of writing a book, the reason why you want to write a book is not just because you are a fantastic writer. Every book is a solution to a problem. Every book is a solution to a problem. So, before you write a book, you must ask yourself, what solution do I want to solve? What problem do I want to solve with this book? Because every book is a solution to a problem. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. You just wake up, out of inspiration, you begin to write. No, that is not how it is done. You don't have to behave like other people who are popular. The strategies working for people who are famous and popular may not work for you, who is likely a no-name person. For instance, I can't just wake up and write a book on anything. You may likely not buy the book. But if I write a book on something, if I write a book that tackles a problem you're facing, you will buy the book. You most likely want to buy the book. So before you write a book, the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what problem do I want to solve? What problem do I want to solve with this book? Because every book is a solution to a problem. This is where a lot of people get it wrong. If you miss this point, you will write and write and write. You'll write so many books. You become an author of many books without the paper currency. I was talking to a man of God recently. He paid for consultation and he told me he has written over 50 different books. And I'm like, you've written over 50 different books? He said, yes. It's okay. How has the sales process been like? So he has not made any sale. So why are you writing? Why are you writing? If you've done something the first time, it's not working. You've done the second time, it's not. You've done the third, fourth, fifth, 60th time, and it's not still working. Are you not supposed to sit back and ask yourself what is wrong? Because if other people have been doing that same thing and they have been making progress, they've been making sales, they've been making money from it, and you have done it once, twice, to the fifth and 60th time, yet you did not make any sale, you should be able to ask yourself what is wrong. You should be able to know that something is definitely wrong and it's not for you to continue. I used to tell people that if you fail, without knowing why you will fail 100 times without knowing. If you're walking along the streets, you fall into a pit, and instead of you to stop and ask yourself, where is this pit? But you stood up and you begin to move. If you pass that same road again 100 times, you may likely fall inside that same pit. It's just like relationships. I'm sorry for giving you all of these instances, but think about it. You are in a relationship, you got married, you got divorced. Instead of you to ask yourself, what went wrong? Instead of you to ask yourself, where did I get it wrong? The next thing you're doing is you jump into another relationship. You're likely going to fail in that same relationship. Because if you don't know the reason why you fail, you will fail 100 times without knowing. Think about it. Think about it. You want to travel from Port Harcourt to Lagos State. You took the first journey. You went through the left road. right? And you didn't arrive at the Lagos State. Next time you're taking that same route again, you will not arrive at Lagos State. There's nothing you will do about it. There is no amount of prayer that you will pray that you arrive at Lagos State. Look at this pen. Look at this. This is a marker. I highlight actually. This is the front, right? Now, if I decide to write with this, there is something I will do that will make this thing right. I have to use this other side. Okay? So, every book is a solution to a problem. So, before you write your book, you must ask yourself, what is the problem this book is designed to solve? What is the problem I want to solve using this book? And then when you're done writing, you must also ask yourself, have I been able to solve the problem I set out to solve? Remember, every book is a solution to a problem. So when you're writing, you ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve? When you're done writing, you ask yourself, have I been able to solve the problem I intended to solve? Because it is possible you can start writing a book to solve problem A, and at the end of the day, you end up writing, you end up trying to solve problem B without actually tackling problem A. What problem do I want to solve? Have I been able to solve the problem when you're done writing? And the third question is, can the people with a problem this book is designed to solve be able to take this solution I have provided through my book, and solve their problem? Because if you set out to solve my problem, you've solved my problem. But I take the solution and I'm not able to interpret it to get the result the book is designed to give me. The book has failed. Okay, so it is only when people are able to, when it is only when you're able to solve a problem that people, it's only when you're able to solve a problem using your book, and the people with the problem can take the solution, because the book is a solution, can take the solution, use the solution, and it works for them, that they can testify. You need people's testimony. You need people to say, I have listened to. Take for instance, if you listen to this video right now, you watch this video, and you find it so valuable, you'll be able to tell somebody next time, oh, Prince Luchebu is so good, he's a great guy. So, your book must be a solution. Now, here's the catch. Here's the caveat. Even though every book is a solution to a problem, see, I think I'm giving that a lot of value. Okay? Even though your book is a solution, you must also ask yourself, is this solution, is this problem, even though your book is a solution to a problem, you must also ask yourself, is this solution, is this problem a problem that people are actually willing to solve? We have limited resources. We have limited resources. I would want to allocate my resources to the problems or to the most pressing issues in my life. You have to ask yourself, the problem I want to solve using my book, is it really a problem that people are genuinely interested in solving? If I have 5 problems and 2 is more pressing than 3, I can't abandon the 2 to solve 3. I will have to solve the first 2 before I can think of the other ones. So if people will always have to postpone solving the problem your book is designed to solve, then you will not always make sales. They will not always give you money. Like I said, you don't just want to be an author. You want the paper currency. If that is your aim, except of course you just want to, go about with the title, I'm an author. Nobody wants to be a broke author. So think about it. The problem you're solving, the problem you want to solve using your book, is it really a problem that these people are willing to solve? Are they willing to solve that problem? I've given the analogy. You have 5 problems. You have limited resources. You have just 1,000, 10,000 to spend. You can't solve all the problems at once. So the problem your book is designed to solve should be a problem that people are willing to solve right now. If they can postpone solving that problem, it means they will postpone giving you money. They will postpone buying your book, which is the solution to that problem. Is that not so? So these are the things that a lot of us, we don't take time to analyze these things. And if you don't get these right, You will keep writing and keep writing. Probably will not make any sales. Even if you do, you won't really make a lot of money. I don't think you just want to sell to 5 people. I know you want to sell a lot, want to make a lot of money. You get that people are making millions, thousands of dollars selling their books. You also want to do the same thing. So, for your book to sell, you need to ask yourself the problem I want to solve, the problem this book is designed to solve, is it really a problem that these people are willing to solve right now? The next question is, now, these are just basics, all right? This is why we encourage you to sign up for our book writing and sales training. You're going to learn a whole lot. I'm going to show you how to write your book from chapter 1, from the preliminary pages, chapter 1, to all the chapters you will ever want to have in your book, or to all the chapters you want to have in your book. We're going to teach you every single thing you need. Okay? We're going to take it from point A to point Z, every single thing you need. Right? These are just basic things you need to know before you write your book. Now, the next question you want to ask yourself is, are these people willing to spend this amount? Price is a big determinant of sales. The price of your book. You can't tell somebody that has just 20,000 in account to pay you to buy your book for 19,000. It doesn't work that way. If you have just 1 million in your account and I'm asking you to sign up for my training or to join our book writing and sales training for 900,000, will you be willing to do that? Most likely you will not. The only way people will be willing to risk that amount is if you're a known figure, or if your solution promises to double that money in no distance time. You can't ask somebody who has 10,000 in his account to come and buy your book for 10,000. So you must also ask yourself, do they have the capacity? Number one, are they willing to solve the problem? Do they have the capacity, the buying power? Do they have the capacity to actually buy that book for such an amount? These are things you need to consider. Anyway, let's talk about the other factors that influence the sales of your book. These are things that if you don't take them seriously, you will not sell your book, no matter how valuable your book is. I have said this countlessly. Okay, let's leave that aside. All right. So, what are the factors that can influence the sales of your book? Number one is the title. My trainings are usually a class in critical thinking. I don't just want to give you the principles. I want us to think together. So when I say something, I want us to pause. Let's think. The title. I like to give analogy. As you can see, I'm a fantastic teacher, right? So join our training. Join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. We have amazing training and amazing tutors also. All right. So I want us to think. One of the factors that influence the sales of your book is the title of your book. Let me give an analogy. Let me give an instance. Imagine you walk into a bookstore. Okay, I think I have a book here. Okay, I have a book here. I'm trying to see. Okay, this is a book. Oops, something just turned off. What is it? Okay. The title. I have a book here. I have two books here. This one is Essentialism, the Disciplined Pursuit of Less. Essentialism, the Disciplined Pursuit of Less. This one is The Millionaire Fast Lane. Crack the code to wealth and live rich for a lifetime. Remember, the title of your book. It is one of the core factors that influence the sales of your book. Imagine you walk into a bookstore. You don't have any book in mind. You don't have any book, but you want to buy a book, but you don't have any specific book in mind. And you're presented with these two different books. Oops, how do I put it so easy? I don't know if you can see it very well. Anyway, and you're presented with these two different books. Which one are you going to buy? And why? When you walk into a bookstore, the first thing you're looking at is the title of the books. And there are reasons why, and there's a reason why you look at the title of the book. Number one is to see if the title speaks to a problem you have, not just a problem you have, but a problem you're willing to solve. So when you walk into a bookstore, the first thing you're looking at is the title of the book to see if this title speaks to a problem you have, or if the title raises some level of curiosity in you. Is it not? Let's think about it. Let's think about it. The title of the book. You walk into a bookstore. You don't have any book in mind, but you want to buy a book. One of the core things you'll be looking at is the title of the book. Does the title of this book speak to a problem I have? Not just a problem you have, but a problem you are willing to solve. It has to be a pressing issue. It has to be a problem that is choking you at night. I'm sure the reason why you're watching this video is because you actually want to make money from the sales of your book. If it's not a pressing issue, you have other things to do with your time. You'll possibly be watching other things. But because you saw the title of this video, it motivates you. You want to know, how do I do this? That's why you're here. So when you walk into a bookstore, one of the core things you'll be looking at is the title of the books to see if they speak to a problem you have, a problem you're actually willing to solve. Please join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Join our book writing and sales training. We're going to teach you every single thing you need to know. You don't need to spend millions of naira to work with a publishing house. Okay? You can write your book by yourself. We have a proven system to allow you to help you write your book in less than 7 days, 14 days, in less than 30 days. You have a full-fledged book. A full-fledged book like this. We have a proven system. You can write your full book using our system. So, number one factor is the title of your book. Number two is the cover design. No matter how valuable the content of your book is, people must first of all experience the outward look of the book before they can even experience or enjoy the content of the book. Again, if you walk into a bookstore, as you're looking at the title, unconsciously, these are psychological factors. Unconsciously, you're also looking at the design of the book. In fact, the day I bought this book, most times I like to buy books based on recommendations, but the day I bought this book, in fact, I thought maybe I misconstrued the title. I was thinking the title is existentialism. Existentialism. That's what I was thinking. I didn't know it's essentialism. So I bought this book. I love the design. Design just captured my attention. I love the design. Very simple. I don't know why. I just love the design. So I thought it's existentialism. I didn't know it's essentialism. So when I bought this book, I just kept it in my bookshelf. I just kept it there. It's been there for like almost 2 months, because sometimes I just buy books and keep them to read them in the future. So when I kept it here, and I was going through Facebook one day. So somebody was recommending books. It's one of the people I follow on social media. So she brought out this book. She made mention of this book. And then she called it essentialism. I'm like, no, this is not essential. This is existentialism. So then she was explaining the content of the book. And it touched on a problem that I've been trying to deal with. I'm like, but I have this book. Immediately I grabbed the book and I said, oh, this is essentialism, not existence. All right. So I was trying to say that the cover of your book contributes a lot to the sales of the book. Because as you're looking at the title, you're also looking at the design. Is it nice? Some of us, we just put things together and then we call it, no. No. It's like when you want to do a video like this. Imagine I joined this live section and I'm wearing a torn clothes, you know, looking so rough and shabby. You may not even want to listen to me. But at least I look a little bit organized. I look organized, right? Right. So that's it. You know, this message you're hearing, you're listening to me right now, not necessarily because of everything I'm saying. Sometimes you're looking at my clothes, you're looking at my smile, you're looking at my background. All of these things are the things you need. You also need to package your book. The cover design. The cover design. You need to have a good cover design. And guess what? You really don't need to hire an expert to design your book for you. In our training, we show you how to design professional looking covers. Covers that when people look at it, they'll be like, I want to know more. A man once said that the essence of a design is two things, right? Is it two? Okay, he said that the essence of a design, the essence of a good design is to make people want to know more. When they see the design, they want to know more about that thing. That's the essence. So your book cover must perform that function. Your book cover must make people stop and they want to know more. If I look at the cover design, I should be able to say, okay, wow, this cover design is so nice. Now, what is inside? So the next thing we have to talk about is, okay, let's talk about the content, the table of contents. This is something that most people don't do. That's why sometimes when you go to buy a book, right, when you pick up the book, the next thing you're doing is, and then you're looking at the table of contents. You want to see. You're looking at the table of content to see if they speak to the problem you have. So if this captures your attention, the title and the design, but then you look at the table of content, and it's not giving. You know, Gen Z used to say it's not giving. The table of content is not giving. You will not want to buy the book. But if you look at the table of contents and it still speaks, it still raises some level of curiosity in you, you want the book. You want the book. Right. Then the next thing is the price. If the price is within an amount that you can afford, that's why I told us earlier. I told you that you also need to look at the financial capacity of the people with the problem you're solving. Because every product, every book is a solution to a problem. You also need to look at the price. Can they afford it? Because if this captures my attention, the title and the cover, I look at the table of content, and it speaks directly to me. The next thing I want to do is, Oga, how much? But if I say, Oga, how much? And then they're saying this is 1 million naira, I won't buy you. If it's 1 million naira and I have just 1 million in my bank account, will I buy? The possibility that I'll buy this thing is very slim. Think about it now. This thing, oh my goodness, I love the design. The title speaks to my problem. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yes, I have the okay. Okay, how much? And I have 20,000 naira in my bank account. And they say it's 21,000. Will I buy this? The possibility that I will actually phone someone to lend me extra 1,000 to be able to afford this book is very slim. And in sales and marketing, we say you must always remove the buying friction. It must be frictionless. Spending money takes a lot of mental energy. We have to think a lot. Before we buy, we are thinking, if I pay this money, what about the other things I need to buy? Will I be able to afford other things? Will I be able to live with that? So you want to make sure that when pricing your book, that it is affordable for the people the book is meant for. Value is not necessarily what you say it is. It is what the market, it is the perception of the market. And the perception has to be tied to their buying power. What is the essence of solving my problem, but I cannot afford it? I want me to pay for the solution. I will not be able to. These are things we need to look at. Please, again, join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Where I encourage you to join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. You're going to learn a whole lot. You're going to learn a whole lot. If you're getting value, this is completely free. If you're getting value from this, now imagine if you pay us. Imagine if you join Kingdom Knowledge Academy, and I'm one of the instructors here at Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Okay? So, the next thing we're going to talk about here is the personality of the author. Who is the author? Who is the brain behind it? Who is the person? Who is the author of this book? Imagine you walk into a bookstore, you want to buy a book, you don't have any book in mind, but then you saw two different books. You saw a book by Bishop Oyedepo, a book by Prince Oluchebu. Who will you buy from? Which book will you buy? And these two books, they both speak to a problem you have. Who will you buy from? They are trying to solve the same problem. Who will you buy from? Bishop Oyedepo, Prince Oluchebu. Your mind will just be telling you, who the hell is Prince Oluchebu? You want to buy from Bishop. It does not necessarily mean that Bishop's book is more valuable than my own, or that his book will solve your problem more than mine. It's just your preconceived bias. You just have preference. You just believe that since it's Bishop, his own is better. Because who the hell is Prince Oluchebu? Who the hell is Prince Oluchebu? And it is possible that my own content will actually solve your problem better than his own. But just because you don't know who I am. That's the same thing. These are factors that greatly enhance the sales of your book. And in Kingdom Knowledge Academy, in our book writing and sales class training, we show you how to bring all of these elements together. How to bring all of them together and help and use them to sell your book. Okay, so I'm going to recap every single thing I've talked about here. Number one is that every book is a solution to a problem. So when you're writing, you must ask yourself, what problem do I want to solve with this book? Beyond that, you must ask yourself, the problem I want to solve, are the people with the solution willing to pay right now to solve that problem? Are they willing to buy the solution from me in order to solve that problem? And then number two is that you must be able to title your book very well. We have a very simple framework, right? We have a model like a framework I developed known as the PSRO model. If you join our training, we'll give you access to the model, how to title your book using our PSRO model. Okay? Then the cover design. We say the cover design greatly enhance the perception and the sales of your book, because you need the book to be able to capture people's attention before they can experience the inside of the. Most people make the mistake of just focusing on creating valuable content. The content, the inside of the book is so valuable. That's the text. The information in the book is so valuable, but then the outside world is nothing to write home about. Nobody will look your way. Okay? And then we also talked about the personality. Who are you? Who is the author behind the book? All right? So these are factors that can greatly enhance the sales of your book. And I can't wait to see you join Kingdom Knowledge Academy. Join our training. You're going to learn a whole lot. And you have the opportunity to ask us questions. You have the opportunity to join me in a one-on-one live section. We have live sessions every weekend. I don't know. It may likely change in the future, but we used to have live sections. We don't just take your money. We add it to a support group so that you can ask questions whenever you experience any difficulty. And we have proven system to help you actually make money from the sales from your book in less than 7 days. It is almost impossible for you to practice what we teach here at Kingdom Knowledge Academy without getting results. Almost impossible. Almost impossible if you practice. The key word here is if you practice. Thank you and God bless you. Don't forget, my name is Prince Oluchebu. Follow me on social media. Follow Kingdom Knowledge Academy on social media. And I can't wait to see you in class. Bye-bye.